So Rebel Moon, Zack
So
Snyder's new film. I'll tell you right off the rip, watching the film, even if you didn't know it's a Zack Snyder film, you'll figure it out if you know what a Zack Snyder film looks like. Like if
you
you've seen
definitely will.
Justice League, if you've seen Justice League, you're gonna know it's a Zack Snyder film if you just watch this movie.
Yeah. So what was your I say like initial thoughts? Like you watched the movie, as you're watching it, at the end, what did you think? Like from the beginning to end, like what was like? You know what I
um,
mean? Give me what you thought.
First thing I had to be like, not phenomenal, not nothing crazy, but super solid. I felt like it was a super solid movie, like not just okay, but it felt like one of those movies that feels good going into the second movie, which is coming out in like April. So
Right.
I'm confident in the movies getting better as time goes on. And I was kind of gonna say this, but I'll say it right now. This feels like something that you get a Snyder cut type of thing going on. It felt like there was parts missing that were like pretty vital to making this a smoother movie.
Mm, mm, mm.
So that
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely know it's a Snyder movie. Like as soon as it
all
first
the
couple
all
minutes,
the
you know what I'm saying?
visuals
You're
just
like,
start giving it
yeah,
away.
yeah. I think for me, like the visuals was actually like the best part. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the best part from what I can remember from because I just watched it once. So from what I remember is when she fought that big spider thing when with the lady with the sword, the samurai lady.
Yeah, the Asian chick definitely.
Yeah, and as I'm watching that part, I'm just like, yo, this is some good CGI, or like this is some good, like you know what I mean, some solid animation. And I'm like, all right, Snyder did his thing. I thought overall though, like it was alright. It was alright. Like I kind of agree with you. I'm looking forward towards this. It made me wanna look. It made me want to see the second one even more. Like you know what I'm saying. And then they showed a little trailer at the end, so I thought that was cool. The actors was cool too. That's what we should have did though. We should have
One of
pulled.
the
We should
things.
have
Oh, I
pulled.
already got that up. I already got that up.
Oh, you got the.
But
Okay, okay, okay,
yeah, that's
okay.
one of the things that I looked at when I was like watching the movie and like looking back as it went on. I think one of the things that I felt like they just missed a cue on that movies have already done is they totally ignored Guardian of the Galaxy, showing them how to like kill putting a team together. Like putting the team together
Mm.
felt a little empty in this movie.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
happening too easy and shit like that. Like it was just like, what? There's no
Right,
conflict,
right,
no
right.
nothing. They just like, yeah, I'll sign up.
Like they didn't hate each other or nothing like that, right? Like they just got along. Like it was like,
They were
and
all
she
just
said it
down.
too. When they got the first person, remember when they got the first person?
You talking
She
about
said, "Oh, this was
what's
good."
his name? Charlie Hannum, the guy who plays Jax Teller in Sons of Anarchy. When they got
Yeah,
him,
yeah, the guy
yeah.
who flew on the dragon, right? That was him. That was who flew on the bird. Is you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about Tarek,
Yeah,
the
Tarek. I'm talking
Griffin
about
looking
Tarek.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tarek.
yeah. When she after they went and got him, she was like, "Oh, this was good." Like, and then she asked him like, "You got any more places?" Like, and that's when he was like, "I got a few ideas." You know what I mean? So
And
he was
like that was
basically, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
that was like the only moment when they were like gathering the team that I felt like it was an actual moment of gathering a member of the team. Like it was the only one where they like got introduced, got presented with an issue that they had to at least somebody had to overcome, and then they could get what they wanted out of the situation. Because he had to tame the bird thing, the griffin, and if he could fly and survive, he would get to leave. And yeah, that happened. Everybody else was kind of like, we're just gonna go talk to you, and you're gonna agree to come with
Yeah, they
us.
just washed that other guy. They washed that captain up like he was just dirty on the street.
Yeah, he still had dirt on the top of his head when they was talking to him.
Like word, like
They
and
were
part
straight
two
hosing
though.
you down. They wasn't just like wiping your head. They was hosing your ass down, bro. Like how how stuck is
Nah,
that dirt?
I seen in the trailer though. I said when I seen the trailer for part two, I said, "Well, this nigga head." no homo. I was like, no pause, no pause. But I was like, yo, I was like, it look kind of clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I was like, okay, like they scrubbed all the dirt off and shit. I'm like, that's okay,
I'm
okay,
laughing because
okay.
of the fact that you had to stop and say no homo for that. Like, I like.
Yo, because I mean, because I was just kind of talking wow. but but
um,
yeah. You know, it was a solid,
Homie with the dreads,
solid
the blood axe
homie with
dude,
the dreads,
with
homie with
the
the
blood
dreads.
axe dude that jumped and did the whole Avatar
Um,
stabby thing to the robot,
and then missed.
and then hit him on the second try. He's the only
Yeah,
nigga. He's the only nigga to survive shots though. I feel like, or at least
now
one
he
of the
died.
only two. No, but remember he took the first two shots and then he still like attacked the nigga. I ain't never seen any of them niggas in that movie like take a shot and do anything
No, that's
after.
that. Them
he
niggas got
he's,
shot in the shoulder.
he ate two of them shits and then to stab. I was like,
What I did get was and I never really got that about Star Wars either. Like, I guess Star Wars is more family, but like this movie, it had little blood. Like, and there
yo,
was
very
one
little. I
point.
noticed that too. The only time I feel like I noticed the blood was when Atticus Noble smacked Levitica up, whatever that alien's name was,
Right when he hit him
and the
with the
horn
bone,
came off and shit. Yeah,
that was fire. That was fire. Yeah, but then there was a part earlier where
because even when
home
they killed the
chick
village father, there was like no blood splatter.
but home
And like,
chick, she shot the nigga in his neck, and there was nothing.
yeah, I know it
Like,
was a pretty clean movie, bro. I was impressed because I took note of that while I was watching it too. I was like, there's a lot of shit happening where I feel like blood should be all over the place, but there's
right,
not. But
and
like,
it's like there's no blood
what? I'm
happening.
not
Like,
mad at it. It doesn't take away from the movie
hey,
for
what's
me.
up?
But the
Yeah.
reason why I brought up that guy, Blood Axe, is because that's actually Cyborg.
Oh, that's the dude who plays Cyborg.
Yeah,
That's the that
that's the
word.
same guy who plays Cyborg in the Justice League movie.
I did not notice that. I did not notice that. I gotta go back and look at that.
Like it didn't hit me during the movie. I figured that out after, and then I looked back and I was like, yo, you know what? That really was him. Like that really was that
I
guy,
mean, you
bro.
know, that was Zack Snyder, so that would make sense that he would pull somebody from um what they call that, the DCEU or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
DCU,
It would
DCEU, something like that.
sound like that, right? Yeah, it would make sense that they will pull like, you know, at least one or two actors from there. Like, that's cool though. That's cool. I honestly wasn't really feeling his death though. Like I wasn't feeling the whole him jumping dramatically and then missing. I said, yo, when the dude moved his neck, I said never. Nigga,
I
the
definitely
nigga,
sucked my teeth when that happened. Too.
bro,
Like, come
the
on,
nigga
man.
ran down on him. He ran down on him, jumped. I said, "Oh yeah, he about to kill him," and then you know he gonna jump off and be some hero type nigga. The nigga said, "Nah."
Yo, like we always complain about movies not having common sense, but that was one of those moments where like the character having common sense was a disappointment. Like, god damn,
It was
like
yo. I'm like,
come on,
yo, come
man, why is he
on, man.
dying? Man?
Like,
But I think they were just trying to set up the other chick that came with him. Because think about like all those blood axe people like died except for that one like short haired brown haired chick. I forget her name. I don't think they said
yo,
her name out loud.
did his sister die? Like, did his sister and them die when he
That's
shot
what I
up
was
that shit?
wondering. That's what I was wondering when they were at the Levitica place. Because remember, he told his sister get Levitica out of here. He like get
Oh
Levitica and go.
yeah,
So I'm like, did they get there before they could get him out of there, and they wiped all their asses out? Because there
that's
was a couple
crazy.
dead bodies there. There was not like one or two. There was like scattered bodies all over the place.
We're
So
definitely gonna find out in the second one because
is it gonna
um
matter? Because the brother ain't alive no more either, bro.
well I was gonna I was gonna say well I don't know if you peeped the trailer for the second one but the shorty who survived she's in there she's
The
gunning
one with the
and
short hair, yeah.
also yeah but also though they show a clip of the brother in the forest like I don't now I'm thinking like maybe that's a flashback. You know what I'm saying? But if you go watch that trailer, it's like a real quick. That's the only time they show him too. That whole trailer, he like and you know what I'm saying in the forest, and I'm like, oh
I
shit,
think his
this nigga still
death
alive.
was to kind of build her character. I feel like they were more
I
they
think so
wanted the
too.
emphasis to be
Yeah,
more on her, and that's like more of that like steam and character development type shit where they like got to give her a reason to be like fighting so eagerly. So
So it might be that part I seen in the trailer. It could be a flashback she's having or
she's
something.
yeah, she's remembering these people, this, that, and the third that she has so much respect for and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I guess from there you just go into like do you feel like anybody did bad in their roles? I feel like everybody killed their roles realistically for what the story was.
Um. No. Yeah, I thought the parts were played like pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I thought everybody did their part. Gunner, who was the wasn't he the fucking
He's in like
farmer?
two other things that I've seen and I can't think of what they are. Like, because he's a familiar face.
That's the farmer, right?
Gunner, yeah, the nigga who like fucked everything up in the first place, opening his big mouth.
Yeah, he wildin'. Yeah, he wild. When he when
Nigga heard
when he
money
killed
and he
the
was like,
nigga was wildin'. Yeah, he was bugging. When he killed the nigga who
Charlie
betrayed
Hunnam.
them,
Yeah, oh
I was thinking I ain't going front. I was thinking like, yeah, and I was happy for it, but I was thinking like,
man.
damn, how the
I
fuck
was
he even
fishy
pull
about
that
that nigga the
off?
whole time. I was fishy
I'm
about
thinking
that
like how
dude the
he
whole
pulled that
time.
off because when he pulled how he had to get the gun out, it was mad slow. Like he had to click it and then pull out, turn around. Like it was mad movements, and I'm like, yo, why didn't you shoot this nigga? Yo?
Well, I mean, they didn't
like,
care about that. They didn't care about that dude that was like betraying them. So if he was gonna get got, they did not care about that shit. But
no, fact.
but everybody just started getting released, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of bullshitty, but I'm cool with it. Honestly,
And then
like,
yeah, and then I'm like, and like during the, why they shooting right? Because then boom, he kills homie. He lets the girl go. She goes wild, but then they start shooting up. I'm like, how the fuck none of the warriors got shot? They trapped. Like they right there trapped front and center. Nick, I said, how the fuck they didn't die? Like yo, that shit had me bugging. So I was just, I mean, I ran with it, because then
yeah, I
you
know
see
what else
real
you gonna do,
yeah, so you see
right?
real quick Gunner released he released the warrior, and then everybody else. So I said okay, yeah, I guess so, but it's just crazy how in Star Wars and in Rebel Moon, them gunshots never hit nobody. Like
I'm telling you, that dude, Zack Snyder was just like, I kind of like Star Wars. I just
yo
want to make my own
that
Star Wars, and I want
he
to do a
took
lot of things
he
that they do.
he took that part straight from Star Wars, like the bullets
Choo
not
choo choo
hitting
choo
nobody,
choo choo choo
just
choo.
making mad noise. I said, okay, this is definitely a rip off right here. Like, but you know what?
um,
It made a good movie though. I ain't gonna lie.
they had
It was a good.
I seen my man Basilaris or whatever his name is at the end of the damn movie. The regent, the king, whatever we want to call him, that
Oh
they sent
yeah,
Noble to
yeah,
go see
yeah.
at the end. That's the nigga
Right, right,
from
right.
Hawkeye. That's the nigga from Hawkeye.
Oh,
That was like
oh,
remember the bad guys in Hawkeye? How it was like that deaf chick that does sign language, and it was like the nigga that was like running around with her, like trying to like not keep her in check, but like he was like overlooking her and shit with the like curly hair.
oh, you talking about the dude from
Not Kit Harrington from Game of Thrones, but uh Hit Carrington is what I like to call him because he looks very much like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, but he's not that nigga.
I think he do like Jon Snow
He,
because it's
the
funny
nigga
because
from
that's who I had in
Eternals,
my head. Yeah.
Kit Harrington.
Oh
He played in
yeah,
Eternals
yeah,
also.
yeah.
Like, yeah, he looks like that
He
nigga,
was
but he don't. He looked like the Walmart version of Kit Harrington. So he's Hit
He was Shorty's
Carrington.
man. Okay, I know you talking about. I know you talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, in Eternals, yeah, Cersei's
I know
man.
you talking about. Yeah. He was Shorty's man. Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah, that nigga do look like fucking the nigga from Game of Thrones. Yo.
Yeah, so I
Real talk.
I call him Hit Carrington. Just to reverse the letters. That's it.
Also, that was
Close
him. He played that role well. I mean,
for
from
the
what I
little
seen so
moment that he
far,
was in the movie,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was a little piece moment.
It felt stern. It felt like, ooh, you in trouble, nigga.
What I was a little confused on, and I think I'm clear now. But during the movie, I was confused on whether the dude who was showing up terrorizing them was the same one who kidnapped her. but that's not right. That's the king, the one
No,
who
it's the
we just
dude. It
discussed.
was the dude who, like, at the end of the movie, Kit
That's
Harrington.
him,
Nah,
right?
nah,
Yeah, okay,
yeah, fake
yeah,
Kit. Yeah,
yeah, okay. See, during the
his name
movie,
was
I
like
kept
Fee
thinking,
Fra or something like that. Like Fee Fra, I think it is. I gotta pull it back up.
it was the dude
Fra
who was
Fee. I
hunting them.
think that's how you pronounce it. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Fra Fee is Fra, and then his last name is Fee.
Okay, okay, okay.
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Nah,
so like to go into the story, I feel like the story. I think I said it earlier. Felt like there was a lot cut out that would make the story feel more smooth. So I felt like that was my only issue with the story. I felt like the story was solid. It wasn't like mind blowing or anything like that. But I feel like if we're gonna get a good Zack Snyder like project, it's probably gonna hit us later where like something happened. It's like, oh shit, like wow, I never would have thought that was the case and stuff like that. But because it is a little early in the trilogy for us to like get some mind blowing shit.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the beginning. I think we know from Zack Snyder that when he really gets in his bag, like the movie's 4 hours. Like you know what I'm saying? He could really stretch.
And then
He
he
could
has to
really
cut
give us.
out mad content and shit,
Yeah,
hour worth of
he could
content.
really give us. He really could. He I think he really be wanting to give us everything. Just people who we bosses and all that other shit. Production. I mean, I feel you too, because the story, and that's what kind of made it like a little like lackluster. The fact that it did happen so fast, even if it was 2 hours and some change,
Like two
and
hours and 10 minutes, something like that.
yeah, yeah, it was so even being that, it was like it still felt rushed a little bit, like just a tad bit. Like I know what you mean. Like I kept felt like that, like like how you said, like even when they was like just banding each other up, like getting each other, like oh that shit happened mad quick. Like nobody was like upset with each other, and then all of a sudden he betrayed them. It was
Yeah, it was
like
like the
yo, what
whole
the
like from going into the bar on to like getting great Titus. I was like everything feels a little mushed
yeah,
together
like
here in this middle of the movie. Cause like the
every
beginning
five
of the
minutes they
movie,
got somebody.
yeah, the beginning of the movie, like leading up to like Noble coming in and smacking Village Father outside the head. I mean, all that stuff felt properly paced out. Like, I like somewhere around the bar or when they meet Tarak is like where it starts feeling like really like whoa.
I think when she told her story, when she recapped her story about who she was after the father got
That
smacked
was
up.
the last good part, right? Like the last good paced part.
Yeah, like that, and then after that, it just kicked up. Like, and then as you said, the next scene they was getting ready to go to the village. They was village, so then all of a sudden, boom, 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 and it just kept going. Like, just yeah. Then
Like
the
I was
next
like,
thing you know, like
why'd
they
they
was
just
fighting
trust
each
this
other.
nigga? Like they just trusted this nigga out of nowhere, bro. Like way too easily. Like I don't even think they initially got his name. I was like, what? They just go to this guy who they didn't even get his name or some shit like that. Like
Yeah, I don't even think he was meant to fight because remember they had a conversation where she was like, "You don't have to," and he was like, "You need me to," and she was like, "You don't," and he was like, "If you're asking me to," like he kept insisting, like he wanted to go and fight with them, and like I don't even think the initial plan was to have that nigga go and fight. It was really just to have him like
well, he
get the
had the
information
ship.
from him.
He
He
had the
had to see,
ship.
yeah, he had the ship, and he had to connect. So that's
My
what it
man
was.
Tarak was like, I never really liked the pilot, dude.
But it was crazy because he knew of him though. He knew of him. He knew of all of them. So it's like, all right, like how, you know what I mean? Like
He played
they
his
having
role,
a
but remember, he played his role in a conniving way, thinking that he was going to get paid for getting all of them together.
right.
He basically rounded up a band of like wanted people, except for the farmer. Everybody but the farmer was wanted, and he rounded them up and was about to get that bounty pay.
That's why he
And
asked them like, why are you here? Like the nigga at the end, he said, I know why everybody else is here, but why are you here?
he was like, "What did you think you were doing?" He was like, "What you really trying to save your village, little nigga?"
Hey, nigga, the fuck
He was
out of
like, "That's
here.
adorable, bro. Like you're really, we about
Like
to
these
squish
niggas
you.
are all want revenge.
You rounded up
We
all these people to try to come stop us from taking over your village, bro. Like,
It was about to be over for them. It was about to be a wrap. If he didn't do what he did, it was a wrap for them.
but I think that's part of the stuff that made the movie good is like, cause like just something as simple as like the character looking down on this farmer and being like, "Wait, you really was like, I'm gonna go do all this shit to try to prevent us to do this."
Yeah, like and you know what was another crazy part during that part when after the black dude did that dramatic and the dude was like, you know what I'm saying, and the ship started to fall. The nigga saw the ship coming down. Word. And remember,
Yeah.
Shorty started shooting people. She said,
Remember,
"Fuck that!
she
I'm
slid
gonna go."
under this shit, bro.
Right, but like my whole thing was, why did he stand there? The nigga did not move an inch. He was looking confused. Like he was like,
Nah, he thought he was gonna have one of his typical bad guy moments where like the shit would fall in front of him, and then when they see after, he just gone, he vanished. But she slid up under that
bro.
bitch. She's like, "Nah, nigga, you ain't getting away." He thought he was
I looked
out.
at the nigga. I'm like in my head. I'm like, he not gonna run. I'm like, he gonna run. And
I
then he
know you've
didn't
seen
run.
those
I'm like,
moments though. Like they knock down a building, the niggas, the heroes is running at a nigga, the building's falling in front of him, and then the big piece falls, and then the nigga just gone. And it's like, what? Where'd this nigga go? And us, the
yeah,
viewer,
but
just like it's an anime, like that happens, like shit.
it's funny because that's one thing. That's one thing I noticed this movie didn't have any humor. And I had thought about that.
I felt like
I
it was
was
all
like,
dry. Anytime they made a joke, it was like a dry joke, but
it,
it fit the
like
cast of people that they had. I feel like,
the best joke was probably I always hated that guy, like you said, like you know what I mean, like or some shit like that. Like that was like the best moment for a
yeah.
joke. Like, but other than that, it was like it was very dry on the humor, and I thought about it's a serious ass movie.
And I kind of just feel like that is because like none of the characters were presented with like a sense of being goofy or anything like that. Like really having it. Nobody was funny the whole entire movie. There was no comedian like character the whole movie. Like that
Right,
just wasn't
right.
written into the thing. And like now that you're we're like so far into talking about it, I kind of give this movie's like a Zack Snyder meets Guardians of the Galaxy meets Star Wars.
I could see that. I could see that twist. I could see the Guardians of the Galaxy being thrown in
Like without
because
the humor, obviously so far.
yeah, like a dry ass Guardians of the Galaxy. Word, word. I could see that.
Like the Office
And
version.
nah, the Office is funny. The Office is too
Yeah,
funny,
but it's like
bro.
dry humor. It's not like jokes and shit. Like it's dry
But that's the
humor.
thing. We can't even. I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna say they had dry humor too much because I just felt like it was no humor. Like I really feel like I really feel like there was just no humor in the movie. Like
We're
no,
right to the business.
like
That's all
word
we're about
nobody
is
attempted a
business.
joke or nothing. Like
They're-
it was like
They
okay,
ain't know each
but
other,
even
nigga. They ain't know not near one of them. They was near each other for like 12 hours, bro. It just got crazy. That's all that happened.
but you see in Guardians of the Galaxy, that's why them niggas was joking with each other because they in there they started to hate each other. They got to know each other. They like nah, we gonna joke a little bit. These niggas did not hate each other at all. They act like they
And they
was all
still were dry.
friends,
It was
and they was just bad dry. Like yeah, we like each other. We here.
we're here to take down the regents and their army. Like
Right.
so
But the
that's all
next
we're here for.
but yeah, I like that. I like that twist. Definitely the Star Wars,
Maybe we'll get a
with
funny
the
character. Maybe we'll get one down the
Guardians
line. Maybe next
in the
movie we'll
next
get
one,
somebody who
right?
just makes you laugh. Like, oh, that nigga is so awesome. Like, we need T-shirts and shit.
Yeah, he'll probably change the whole dynamic of the movie.
You know, it was one thing that I liked, and I found it interesting that they did not bring him back in the movie until the end in that awkward way. The robot,
Oh,
the robot dude.
oh, the robot. Don't we forgot to discuss the robot?
Yeah, I
What?
thought that was an interesting part to the story that they just like totally told this, gave this like robot like feeling and emotion and like empathy and shit like that, and then like they just removed him from play. And then at the end, they just showed him again with these great antler horns and shit. Like what?
I think cause like I think cause like you know I think he's supposed to represent like the like the tranquility and shit like that, like the king, and had won it before
Kind
he
of like
died
hope
and
and
shit
shit.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, but like it was just crazy because I definitely wanted to see. It would have been dope to see him like during the fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been dope to see him during like when they got captured. If he was put into the story that way, like actually went with them on the
but that's
journey.
what I'm saying. I feel
That would
like
that
later
would
in the
have been dope.
story, he's gonna join the group. Like somewhere down the line, he'll they'll find him or something, and
Well, they got
he'll
to
join the
because
cause.
he's there in that village. Um,
Hmm.
the nigga's not dead. He knows where they're at. So that village essentially is going to get attacked. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they're gonna go there. They're gonna
Yeah,
go
like
back there.
that whole army is still exists. You only like didn't even kill the noble. I can't even say you killed the noble because he back alive.
That nigga gonna come back. He gonna come right back for the grain and revenge,
They
and it's a
plugged all
wrap.
them tubes up to my boy. Yo, what about that scene when he was like getting high or whatever it was, and then he was
Yo, that
getting
was way
rubbed down by the octopus shit?
yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, what the fuck?
And he,
He got all tintillated. He was like, ooh. He was like, I was
yeah,
like, wait,
yeah.
what? Like, oh my
I
god.
noticed that too. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just never. And then to find out he like a robot at the end, it's like, come on, what the fuck y'all doing?
Oh yeah, he is like a robot. Yeah, I forgot they peeled his
I don't,
skin
I
off, and
wouldn't
I
say
was
he
like,
like. I don't know if he's like a robot, but I don't know what the fuck he is. He like on some
well,
cyborg shit, really.
I think Shorty has a metal hand, metal arm, or something like that with the blades. Remember, she got stabbed in the arm, and she barely reacted to that shit.
I, I I ain't see her hands, but like that'd be funny. That'd be cool if
Yeah,
she does.
yo, but it's just the nah. As soon as I seen that shit, I was like, she barely even reacted to the fact that she just got a fucking whole spider arm in her arm, and she just kept fighting. And I'm like, nah, that might be a metal arm. She might be on some Luke Skywalker shit, bro.
I think I think Shorty who got kidnapped. The what's her name? You said her name was Cora.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she got some type of super strength to her because the way she was
Hmm.
fucking throwing those niggas, like she was like really throwing big ass niggas, like fucking these niggas up.
I mean, she's a trained soldier. That kind of helps, but
Shit,
but I
I don't
mean,
know.
I want to go
I
back to
wouldn't be
what you were talking
surprised.
about earlier, though. The visuals were really good in this movie. Like the moments that they tried to make look stunning, looked stunning. Like
Right,
that
right,
opening
right.
scene was really nice to look at.
The
Like when it,
moon.
yeah, when it
Yeah.
came down on the planet, and then like you see her with the little weird horse donkey thing, plowing the field. I was like, this like looks really interesting and nice and kind of cool.
You know
So
what also it looks like? It looks like Rain walking away in Star Wars.
yeah, it did look
It
like
actually,
that stuff. Like when they walk
it
off into
actually
the
it looks
sunset.
like yeah, it actually looks like every Star Wars movie when they do
God,
that shit.
because you said Ray, and in my head I was like a lot of. I feel like at least two of those movies end like that.
Yeah, like they always walk off and then it's a big ass moment. But that was I think yeah, that part of that, the landscapes, the details, like Snyder did his thing with that. Like, you know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
he's
Whoever
purposely trying to give nods to the inspiration behind his work.
yeah, I think that was the intentions. Like
Like do
I
thing
think
like
that
'cause,
they
like think about this, like doing something as little as doing that in reverse, because like we said, it happens at the end, and he kind of did something that was similar to that at the beginning,
at
because
the
like
beginning.
yeah, like doing something in reverse is like a cool little nod to that, like because it's not like biting these shit, but it's like biting these shit, like giving that like
I mean,
this is some
clearly he's
cool
a
shit you be doing, so I'm gonna use it too.
like clearly he's a fan of Star Wars. Like
Of
just
that
like
kind
we
of
are.
that world and shit like that, where he wanted to create his
Yeah.
own as a writer himself,
Right. Like I think and you know what? Like, I
a
think it's cool
director.
because like he like whoever wrote it, I believe he probably had a hand in it. Like just to get the details of like the different towns, different races, different you know what I mean? Like I think that shit is cool. Like, cause I be, just personally, I be trying that shit, and I be writing stories and stuff, and it takes so long to build, like, like
And that
stories
was a
behind
positive
everything.
for me. That was a positive for me that we got to see a lot of the place, not a lot of the places, because obviously it's space. There's a million bajillion places, but we've seen a good amount of places in this movie.
Right, right,
So it's
yeah.
like we
Especially when they
don't,
got the ship.
yeah. So it was like even though the story felt very like mushed in the middle, you still got the feeling of going on an adventure because you've seen a lot of things. You've seen different environments. It wasn't like just
Right,
being in a jungle for 20 minutes and they did everything super fast in the jungle. So it had like life to it.
right.
Even the bartender with his like candles on his shoulders or whatever it was. Was that what that was on his shoulders?
Oh, I missed that. I didn't see that.
Bartender
I
looked
know,
like he
but
had candles on his shoulder.
I know the bartender you talking about, but I didn't see that. I didn't see that detail.
What they call the drink, car boosts.
Right,
What
yeah.
the
She's like
fuck,
two
a
car
car
boost,
boost?
something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, the end. So overall, the animation, story plot. Did we talk about the story plot? No, we didn't talk about the story plot. I don't think
Not
so.
really. We didn't get really get into the gist of what the story was
Yeah,
about.
yeah, we did, we did. The
You want to explain
story
it real
was
quick?
um. I'll add my details and you throw yours and connect it. I think the story was pretty cool for uh pretty close to Star Wars as far as like having a rebel force somewhere and this big inflicting evil force trying to get their way in amongst the galaxy. That was a straight ripoff. That was another straight ripoff from Star Wars. Um, the thing about them kidnapping, it's funny because now that I'm thinking about it, him kidnapping her to fight in like their war, that reminds me of like Thanos and Gamora. Like
I
you know what I'm
thought of
saying?
that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. But and then her escaping. Did we ever find out her? How did she escape? Did she escape the Like how did she escape?
I don't
Yeah, nah,
recall
she
them
just
explaining that either, but I feel like that's gonna be one of those things that later on in the movie you're gonna show them like,
right.
oh,
So basically we have this escape.
because he's not
I don't
happy.
know,
He's not
warrior.
a happy
Yeah,
guy.
nah, at all. We have this escape warrior. Basically, who was kidnapped, forced into war. This guy, this galactic war, and and they come to the planet where she's hiding, and let's just say the dealings go wrong and shit, and then she goes on this quest, this journey to find other people, other warriors and shit that can help fight against their plight and shit like that. But then this crazy thing is they don't even get back to the place where they fight though. They fight somewhere else. I don't even know where they fight. I forgot. They fought on another planet somewhere,
Yeah, they
didn't
fought
they?
the fight on another planet.
And it
Yeah,
wasn't it wasn't it wasn't near Levitica because
wasn't the
he was
village either. Yeah, it was at
yeah
that random port. So it was like some random port, literally titled "random port,"
yeah
like it was off the grid type shit.
yeah. I mean, so for the most part, the movie was
Well, that
that's
makes
the
sense.
movie.
That
I
makes
guess
sense
so.
though, cause remember it was that dude, the guy who
Oh
that
yeah,
turned
yeah,
on him, and that weird Black Hawks, whatever those people are called, and they were
yeah.
meeting up on that secluded little area where they could do the exchange or whatever the exchange, and then it
He
turned
told
into
them
what
they
it
was
turned
there.
into. Yeah, so it was like just some random spot off the grid is where the fight went down.
Right. So yeah, when the fight happens, what I'm saying, bunch of lights go off and they ain't hitting nobody, but you know what I'm saying, they
Light show.
it's just fucking firing, Star Wars and Rebel Boom do like apparently. And
and how
yeah, they kill a
in
bad
the
guy.
way in the way you know it's a Zack Snyder movie is all the slow motions that happen in the movie.
Yo, all the slow motion. That actually was there was one part that was too fucking slow. There was one part that was too slow, Neek, and I'm gonna tell you what part. It was the part where they had Shorty where they was trying to, get rough house with Shorty, and one of them, went to find her defense, and that's when the girl found them.
hmm
She runs in, now. this is during the slow motion. It's already slow. He's already slow motion, like shooting people. Now she's this is one of the parts where she's like fighting them. She brings this nigga down like head so slow to the ground. I was sitting there like, bro, I was like, this nigga ain't not gonna hit the ground yet. It was like, yeah, she was like, I said, yo, this nigga ODing with the slow mo, yo. He OD, yo,
Yo,
like
speed it
that.
up, Zach. Speed it up.
Yeah, I said he did too much, but that's another. You're right though. Clue to Zack Snyder, man. That's a Zack Snyder film, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I was like that. That was how you would know, like all the slow mos and shit. Because I was like, this is like a Star Wars movie, like you know the combo I gave you earlier, and then you just throw that Justice League filter up there.
Right, right, right,
Throw that
right.
Justice League filter on top of that shit, and boom, you got it. Not the Snyder cut one, the regular theatrical
The
version with the
regular one,
filter.
yeah,
Yeah, throw
yeah,
that
yeah,
filter up
yeah.
there.
You're right about
And
that.
boom,
You're
you
right
got it.
about
That's
that.
when the whole movie was when Superman started fucking up the Justice League.
Facts. Yep. And then he fought at the end.
That was the whole movie. That was like every like 5-10 minutes, you were getting some of that.
I actually
But
just recently watched that 5 hour one, 4 hour one. It's
but
pretty
that also means that there was a good amount of action in there because he kept doing the shit.
It was a good amount of action in Rebel Moon. It was a good amount of action in Rebel Moon. I'm not gonna lie, even though it was like the we gonna keep saying like the being together was rushed. There was a good amount of because even when he flew on the Griffin, that was pretty cool. That shit threw him off.
Yeah,
Jumped
threw him
back
off.
on.
He had to run, man. I'm like, look at my. Oh, he reminded me of Indian in the cupboard.
Nah, he do like an Indian in the cupboard. That's funny. Nigga brought it back with that. Yo, he really
Nah.
looked like one of them niggas when he was standing over the girl at the end, talking to her and shit like that. I said, nah, put this nigga in the
Yeah,
cubby.
you're like, yo, we gotta honor them. You know, we gotta fight for what they were fighting for.
Like, come on, son. Like,
Nah, he
come
was hitting her with the shits, bro. He was hitting her with the shits. Like, you gotta get your ass up. We gotta fight. We gotta still gotta fight to fight. They gonna come
that
back
nigga,
eventually.
that nigga is trying to get some. Baby, we gotta do this now. they
They're
gonna,
like
they gonna come
they're
back.
like the protectors of the village now. Like they got to get a Guardians of the Galaxy name. They got to be like veterans of the village or something like
Yo,
that.
so let me ask you, did you not see the trailer
Nah, I did not
for the
see the
second one?
trailer for the second one.
Oh, okay. Well, when you see the trailer for the second one, you're gonna see they get on their bullshit. This is why I said the black nigga, his head gets all clean and stuff like that, and then he throws on a hat like Luffy. You know what I'm saying? And then he actually because he's the what is he, the general?
You know who he is, right? That actor, right? He's even in a
Yeah,
Marvel movie.
that's my man. I forgot his name. What's his name?
I don't know his real name, bro. Like I'm
Oh
not gonna
man, yo,
lie, but
that's my guy. He's a great actor, man. He's a great actor.
yeah, he's in mad
Um,
shit. But he's the dude. He's the black dude that be with the Kree.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I already know. Yeah,
He's the
yeah,
one
yeah.
who popped up on Peter Quill in the first Guardians movie when he first got the Infinity Stone shit. And he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
he played
Peter
a lot.
Quill, we've been looking for you. Yeah, he's in a good couple movies, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He's
I
in a
know for
couple
way
of them
more than that.
movies.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and other than the rest of
yeah,
his
they
movies.
getting busy. They getting busy in the second one though. They got the guns. They actually I don't know where they fuck guns from. They got a whole like slew of guns. Shorty who was in the barn who we just talking about. She's shooting. She know how to shoot. Like they getting busy. You feel what I'm saying? So they and them niggas do come back to the village. Like they
Like my
show them
nigga
niggas
said,
coming.
he said you didn't get one of the most dangerous soldiers. You're telling me one of the most dangerous soldiers in our army is just out there on the loose doing whatever,
Yeah,
and
like
is
that's
opposed to us, and you think that's good news to me?
yeah. He was right because them niggas getting right. Them niggas getting right.
They about to get nominated by like what 5 people, a whole army.
Crazy as some farmers.
One of them's a farmer, right? He's just some dude. He's just
Niggas just
some
there.
dude who hasn't. He really hasn't done nothing yet. Like he got lucky killing this dude, bro. Like That was lucky. He caught him off his guard and shit like that. And
But
obviously, the
what he
dude
do
ain't no
after that?
fucking.
He ran in the corner. I ain't see him after that. That nigga just
I
ran.
think so. Basically, like he took cover after that,
Oh
bro.
no,
Like
he freed the people. He freed the people, and then he did.
no, I think somebody else freed. Maybe he freed the people, but like,
Nah, he freed the samurai chick. That was his
and then
deal.
she freed the other ones, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That
because I
nigga
was
said
about to
I'm
say, I
out
was
of
like,
here.
he ain't free all of them, right? Like
But
he plays his little
yeah,
role, you know. He like the dork, the nerd. He's like the guy behind the desk, but there ain't no desks in that place.
he
So
was
like,
there. He was there for
he got to be in
Shorty.
the
He
field.
was
He got to be in the
he,
field.
he was in love with Shorty. That's why he was there. I mean,
He's the what's his name? Finn, the from the last trilogy
oh
of Star
yeah,
Wars.
yeah, yeah. He's the Finn. He's the Finn. That's
Uh,
crazy. He's the Finn. That's wild.
he's the
You
Sherlock. What's
right.
the dude from Sherlock Holmes? Watson? Is that his sidekick? He's the Watson to
Yeah,
Sherlock
yeah,
Holmes.
yeah. Nah, but the Finn. Nah, you got it
He
right
got to
because
be
it's
out
the
in the
Star.
field.
It's the Star Wars ripoff. So you right about that's crazy.
I was about to say when I first was watching the movie, I was like, this nigga look like he been in Star Wars. Like this like might be Poe Dameron or some shit like that. And I'm like, it ain't Poe Dameron. Well, like I said, I kept remembering that nigga's face, and I just don't know where I seen him from. I should just look at what he's in. Is it,
I mean, even the robot was a Star Wars ripoff. I mean, he listen.
at least
He
there
did his
wasn't a
own thing.
million droids around, like
Yeah,
interactive
yeah.
droids. Because I would have been like, come on, dog, you just ain't got no shape. You just ain't got no shape at this point. Like, where the Tie Fighters at next? Like, come on.
Like, yo, chill. If they would have been clones, I'd have been tight. I'd have been like, nah, chill, son.
Oh,
You
so you just
wild.
skipped the Clone Wars and all that shit. You just got straight to the having clones, and I got it. I got it. At least it's a little different, right? At least it's a little different.
That nigga, nah, but he did his thing. So let me ask you though, on the
Oh, The
oh
Haunting of Hill
no,
House. I seen that. That's on Netflix. Oh, he's
let
in
me see
Game of
though.
Thrones. Okay, I can't remember who he is in Game of Thrones, but he's obviously in Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
the black guy.
Gunner.
Oh, I don't know who he was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I can't remember who he was in Game of Thrones, but it's in my head now. I can actually like see him in my head, but I don't remember who he was.
Oh man, all
But
right.
it's
So
not
yo,
important.
on a scale of let's see,
1 to 10.
one one to ten, 1 to 10, what you
I
giving
think we should
Rebel
try
Moon?
to get pinpoint as possible. Like if you feel like you look 7.3, like say that because I feel like just saying a
Mm,
bland old 7 is too much of a cop out. Like
okay,
we
okay,
gotta
okay.
reserve those for actual like regular mid movies and shit like
We
that.
gotta do. We gotta do. We gotta do the points. Okay, so
So I
let me
feel
think of.
like this it's not mid 7, so and it's not below a 7. I feel like, but it's not like a 7.5. So it's got to be like a 7.3, 7.4.
Okay, seven
I
point
say
seven
like
point three, 7.4.
damn. I want to go
Um,
7. I actually want to go 7.2. I think I want to go
mm, I
7.2. I think that sounds more realistic.
7.2. Okay, that's not bad. That's good. But anyway, 1 out of 10 for me. I think it's crazy. I'm gonna give it the solid 7.5. I'm gonna give it the solid 7.5. I think it was solid enough for the 7.5 where like visuals really made up for a lot of it. Visuals really the 5, and then no, I said the visuals the 4, and then the story was the I say the 2 point something, and then the rest goes to like I don't know affect I don't
He's like, I just
know.
want to give it the rest of the points, so just put it wherever you
Yeah,
feel like putting it.
whatever the fuck,
I
yeah,
don't.
whatever the fuck. When you watch it, you know what I'm saying. You see, put it in, you make your own, put it to your own scale. But yeah,
Yeah, I feel
definitely
like
the seven.
majority of it was like not necessarily the plot, but like the events that were going on in the story because I felt like it just kept me intrigued. Like him getting on the Griffin, her fighting the spider, them finding this dude all drunk and whatnot, then them getting betrayed. All that stuff kept me intrigued and was like, oh man, like how they get out of it. What are they gonna do here? At least, like, what are they gonna do here? Like, even though those moments of getting them together were simple, it was
Right.
always like, how do they? It was interesting to see how they came to be. Like just
Okay.
the
Uh,
visual of the
yeah, that's
events
not the
that were
plan.
playing,
Yeah,
like the
that's
way
not
it
the
played
plot.
out, just the way it played out.
Yeah, I think the action. So let's say the action. I say the action and the animation is what did it for me too. Like, and the most exciting parts was honestly for me, and I think this is Star Wars nerd in me, was actually seeing the look at my cat.
I was about to say,
Actually
hey
seeing
cat, hey cat.
actually seeing the his version of the lightsaber. Like so though and I respected him not showing it like I said so many times. So like every time he I think actually and I think it was three times. It was when she escaped, when she fought the spider. Those are the two red times we seen it, and then we seen that blue time where it flashed quick. And I was like, for me, it was like just how he did it, the slow mo, it was the animation around it. It looked cool. I was like, yeah, all right, that's dope. And then the rest of the action too was just pretty. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. It was no lag, and then like how you said it just makes you be like, okay, how did that? What's gonna happen?
And I
Like
always
I think I got
appreciate when a female character is written well. I felt like she was
right,
written well. Like her inspiration or reason for being wasn't some being oppressed by men or men are such pigs and shit like that. It was just her just trying to have a better life and like be in that rebel cause, but having to hide and whatever it was. But it wasn't like some like weird feminist like angle that she was all going for or not like that. Like the only moment where it was like guys are sick is like when they was going to go like take that girl in the barn and she stopped it, which
wait,
you were
when
talking
she,
about
oh
earlier.
yeah,
Yeah,
right, right,
with
yeah,
the other boy soldier who I'm pretty sure is going to
yeah.
play a bigger role in the next movie or something like that, right? Because he feels like he's just way too big to have just been like, yeah, you stopped this girl
Did
from
was he wasn't with them, was he?
No, he wasn't. So like I feel like he's gonna play a bigger role. Like he's gonna be around, right? Like it just feels like he is.
Yeah, it might come back.
He even got his name said. He was like Prince Aries or like not Prince Aries. He was just something like Aris or something like that. So like they gave him a name. Like they didn't just make him
Right.
some random dude, bro.
It'd
He's
be
gonna
crazy
be
if
in
he
that
come back
village.
like as a general. He might come back as a general for the
Nah, but he
war.
would be in that village, just chilling. Think about it. Why would he go back to that army after that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he killed about that. He probably gonna
Yeah,
fight in the war.
so that's what I'm
No.
saying. Like he's got to be in the next movie, right? Like they went back to the village.
Right, right, right. She stuck to her goal. I think that was cool. And then like even with a lot of like female and male characters as well, they get sidetracked by and shit like. That. She didn't allow that. Like you didn't see that with her and the farmer.
She had like this weird, strong sense of optimism. Like she wasn't like
Like no matter
Naruto
what.
optimistic, but she was like optimistic and just like stern. Like I'm just gonna go do what I
Well,
got to do because it's gonna work out.
after you gotta remember though that her optimism showed after she killed those niggas in the because before that, remember she was ready to dip. Matter of fact, when she saw them in the bar, she was on her way out. That bitch was gone. Remember that? You
When the
remember
guy
when the
came
dude
back
was
in when they was about to fight, they wasn't on their way out.
no, she was on her way out. Remember, she was like the dude. Remember when the dude went back in the pond, the old saw her packing, and he like, yo, when I found you in the ship, all that, and he like, and she like, for these people when they think they're not gonna come back and kill them right after what they saw in their face, and then she was gone. Feel what I'm saying? She was leaving, and then that's when she saw them niggas in the bunk and shit like that. Like she was about
yeah,
to be out
yeah, but no, but she was leaving to go. Was she really just
to
leaving?
to go find another home, nigga. That's what she was going.
Wait. I'm trying to remember how she ended up deciding to go fight the people. Then, like, what the fuck? How did that? Wait, how did that
because
come to be? Then I'm lost. I
because
forgot how that
remember
happened.
because remember the people were like, yo. we're gonna show them our worth. And remember when they was talking in the bar, she like, yo, these niggas are delusional because they just saw him kill this nigga and they still think they're gonna be able to show him, their worth. And then remember he was like, yo, remember the bar was like, what if we get some people to fight for us? And she was like, nah, I'm not doing that because I'm trying to fight. But then when she went into the bar and killed them niggas, she knew what that meant. You know what
She
I'm
all of a
saying?
sudden had to change her heart. Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
she
yeah,
knew what
we
that
out.
meant. She knew like she killed them niggas, so nigga, it's war now because these niggas is about to come back,
Yeah,
find
okay.
them niggas buried. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's when she was like, that's when she turned around and was like,
Yeah, okay, I got you, I got you. And then the guy came up and was like, "Yo, I can help you.
yeah,
I heard you, overhear you, and
yeah,
I can help you." Yeah, that's a solid movie.
yeah.
Solid movie.
Yeah,
Not
it's a
spectacular.
solid.
Seven. So on the average between us, we got a what 7.2 and a 7.5. So we got a seven point
Seven
three
point three.
five or some shit
Yeah,
like that. Three
7.3
three.
or something like that. I ain't gonna do the math right. All right,
Rebel Moon.
bet. That
Rebel
was that
fucking
was
Moon.
that was it, man. That was our review of like it. Tune in. If you
April,
did tune
the
in,
next one.
Rebel Moon Part 2 is coming out in April 2024. So we will be doing that.
I like that,
I
man.
mean,
None of this waiting fucking 3 years for the next movie shit.
I
Whew.
thought that was cool too. I saw, yeah, 4 months. All right, yeah, bet.
Yo,